The upcoming episode of Days of Our Lives, set to air on Friday, January 31st, promises plenty of drama, secrets, and shocking revelations. Fans are eagerly anticipating the fallout from the deception and chaos that has been brewing for weeks. As the tension builds, viewers are left wondering, will this wedding have a happy ending, or will the truth explode at the worst possible moment? One of the most anticipated moments of the episode is Rafe's dramatic escape from the tunnel after being assaulted by EJ. Rafe, known for his resilience and determination, isn't the type to stay down for long. After suffering a blow to the head, he manages to recover and make his way back to the wedding, where he hopes to expose the imposter standing in his place. But before we get to the wedding bombshell, let's discuss the events leading up to this shocking revelation. A major subplot in this episode revolves around Javi, who has been growing increasingly suspicious of his cousin, Rafe. Javi has noticed that Rafe has been acting strangely, behaving in ways that are completely out of character. One particularly baffling moment for Javi comes when Rafe seemingly forgets a key detail about him: Javi's sexual orientation. It's an odd and unsettling slip-up, and it only adds to Javi's mounting concerns that something isn't right. Adding to the intrigue, Rafe finds himself in the middle of a scandalous situation during his bachelor party. In a shocking turn of events, he ends up hooking up with a stripper. This moment of indiscretion doesn't go unnoticed. Javi, who witnesses the betrayal, is left feeling both devastated and conflicted. Despite Rafe's insistence that Javi keep the encounter a secret, Javi struggles with the weight of what he knows. Unable to keep it to himself, he turns to Leo Stark for guidance. Leo, known for his sharp wit and sometimes dubious moral compass, has recently had a conversation with Marlena Evans about the importance of privacy. This conversation lingers in his mind as he listens to Javi's concerns. While Leo initially advises Javi to stay quiet to avoid ruining Jada's happiness, the situation becomes more complicated as the wedding approaches. As the ceremony begins, tensions rise. All eyes are on Leo, as many suspect he knows more than he's letting on. Will Leo ultimately decide to reveal the truth? The suspense reaches a fever pitch when Rafe makes a shocking declaration during the ceremony. At that moment, Leo is forced to make a decision. Does he step in and expose the betrayal, or does he cover for Javi's sake? If Javi decides to come forward with the truth about Rafe's infidelity, it will set off a chain reaction of explosive consequences. Meanwhile, Arnold, the imposter standing in as Rafe, will scramble to regain control of the situation. He will do everything in his power to smooth things over and keep his secret intact. But will he succeed, or will the truth finally come out? Hints about the chaos to come were subtly planted in a recent Days of Our Lives episode, where Leo wrote a body and soul script that eerily foreshadowed the upcoming wedding disaster. In the fictional TV show, Leo suggested that the wedding should have 2 intermissions, an unusual detail that now seems like a direct nod to what's about to unfold. The first interruption has already occurred, but what about the second? If Leo's prediction holds true, the real groom is about to make his grand return just in time to bring the ceremony to a halt. With secrets on the verge of being exposed and tensions at an all-time high, this Days of Our Lives episode promises to be a must-watch. Will Rafe arrive in time to expose the imposter? Will Javi's conscience lead him to reveal what he knows? And how will Leo handle being caught in the middle of all this drama? Next, Days of Our Lives gears up for a wedding day that will be anything but smooth sailing. Viewers should prepare for jaw-dropping revelations, emotional moments, and a shocking wedding day twist that will leave everyone in disbelief. As the big day arrives, Jada Hunter is brimming with anticipation. Dressed in a stunning wedding gown, she is the picture of a glowing bride, ready to take the next step into a new chapter of her life. With Stephanie Johnson by her side, assisting with the final touches, Jada is determined to set aside any lingering doubts and focus on the happiness of the occasion. She tells herself that this is the right decision, that the man waiting for her at the altar is the one she's meant to be with, but is he really? Unbeknownst to Jada, a sinister plot has been unfolding behind the scenes. A devastating truth is lurking just beneath the surface, ready to explode at the most inopportune moment. The man standing in place of the groom is not who he claims to be. The real groom, Rafe Hernandez, has been imprisoned in the depths of the Demera mansion, trapped in a secret room and left to fend for himself. But fate has a way of intervening. After a fierce struggle, Rafe manages to overpower his captor, knocking out EJ Demera in the process. He wastes no time in making his escape, knowing that every second counts. The clock is ticking, and the love of his life is about to say, "I do," to an imposter. Rafe's heart pounds as he rushes to the wedding venue, determined to expose the deception before it's too late. Meanwhile, the ceremony is already underway. The guests are seated, the atmosphere is filled with love and excitement, and all eyes are on Jada as she makes her way down the aisle. Accompanied by Steve Johnson, who proudly walks her toward the altar, Jada is a vision of elegance and grace. The moment is heartfelt and touching, as Steve shares a few kind words with Jada before handing her over to the supposed groom. Little does she know, the man she's about to marry is not Rafe. He is Arnold Feniger, a skilled impersonator who has seamlessly stepped into Rafe's place. His expression is composed, his demeanor confident, as he prepares to complete the deception. He is mere moments away from pulling off the ultimate con, until an unexpected interruption changes everything. Just as the vows are about to be exchanged, the doors burst open. A collective gasp ripples through the room as Rafe storms in, his face a mixture of urgency and fury. He barely pauses to catch his breath before declaring the truth to a stunned audience. His eyes lock onto Jada's, and in that moment, he knows he must convince her before she makes an irreversible mistake. The tension in the room is palpable. Guests whisper amongst themselves, unable to process what they're witnessing. Jada's face is a whirlwind of confusion and shock as she looks between the two men, one claiming to be Rafe and the other standing accused of being a fraud. Can she trust what she's hearing? Or is this just another elaborate scheme? The drama is far from over. Arnold, realizing that his cover has been blown, scrambles for an explanation, but the walls are closing in. The truth is unraveling fast, and all eyes are on Jada as she struggles to process the betrayal. Will she believe Rafe and call off the wedding? Or will Arnold find a way to twist the situation to his advantage? As the tension builds, emotions run high. Stephanie, Steve, and the wedding guests all watch in stunned silence, waiting for Jada to react. Rafe steps forward, pleading with her to look into his eyes and see the truth. He recounts moments only they would know, desperate to break through the confusion and doubt swirling in her mind. Arnold, on the other hand, does his best to maintain the charade, insisting that Rafe is the real imposter. The wedding officiant, caught in the chaos, nervously asks if they should continue. But Jada's hands are trembling, and she is unable to find her voice. Finally, she takes a deep breath and demands proof, something undeniable that will reveal who the real Rafe truly is. Just when it seems the moment couldn't get more intense, a shocking twist unfolds. Someone in the audience, perhaps an unexpected ally, steps forward with a crucial piece of evidence that could change everything. Will this revelation finally expose Arnold for the fraud he is? Or will he manage to manipulate the situation once again? Stay tuned for more Days of Our Lives updates as the story unfolds. This dramatic saga is far from over, and viewers won't want to miss a second of the action.